right, number 19, we're asked to solve a system of set up a matrix and use row ops to solve. So this is very similar to what was on the 4th unit exam. All right, so first let me set up my augmented form. So just bear with me for a second. Okay. Now, just going to forewarn you, some students need to write out every little step so they can see the pluses and the subtracts and the multiplies, and that's fine. We'll see how much detail I put here. Okay, so my first goal is to get a 0 right there, or to get a 1 right there, sorry, and it already says 1, so we're good. So then my next goal is to get those two numbers to say 0. So the row op that I'm going to use, I'm going to multiply -2 times row 1 plus row 2 in for row 2. And then I'm going to take -3 times row 1 plus row 3 in for row 3. All right, so the only row that actually is going to stay the same for right now is that row 1. So -1, -1, -1, 1, and 2. All right, so -2 times 1 is -2, plus 2 is 0. -2 times -1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. -2 times 1 is -2, minus -5. And -2 times 2 is -4, plus 5 is 1. Okay, then we'll go to the next one, which is, let's see, so -3 times 1 plus 3, 0. That'd be +3 plus next, so that'd be a 1. That would be -3 plus 3, so I get a 0 there. And then -6 plus 2 is -4. Okay. All right, my next goal is to get a 1 in the middle position. So right where that 3 is, I happen to notice that there's a 1 already below it, so I'm going to do a row swap on that. So row 3 swaps for row 2, and that'll very quickly get me what I want. So row 1 I copy, row 2 is 0, 1, 0, -4. And then row 3 is now 0, 3, -5, and 1. Okay, then I need to get a 0 where that 3 is. So that's going to be -3 times row 2 plus row 3 in for row 3. Okay, well, row 1 and row 2 didn't change. All right, so that's -3 times 0 plus 0, so I get a 0 there. Good. -3 times 1 plus 3 is 0. -3 times 0 plus -5 is -5. -3 times -4 is 12 plus 1, so I get 13. All right, and well, that's actually nice. I actually have two of my, I kind of see two of my answers here. All right, so then last but not least is to make that -5 say 1, so -1/5 times row 3 in for row 3. So that would be 1, -1, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, -4, 0, 0. Okay, so that's now a 1, and that's 13/5. And I can now work backwards. Yay. Okay, so I see already that z is -13/5. I actually can see that y is -4, which is nice. And then I have x minus y plus z equals 2. So I got two of those numbers, I can find x. So x minus a negative 4 plus a negative 13/5. So let's see, x plus 4 minus 13/5 equals 2. And I am just going to make everybody say 5, denominator of 5. So 4 would be 20/5 minus 13/5. And you know what? I'm going to preemptively make the 2 say 5. So 10/5. All of those are a common denominator. So x plus 7/5 equals 10/5. And then subtract 7/5 off. So I get x is 3/5. Okay, so I got 3/5, negative 4, and negative 13/5 for my final answer. All right, number 20, we are adding the matrices together. And adding, we just want to line up the corresponding pieces. So 2 plus 0 is 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. That's a 4, it's a 0, negative 1, 2, 9, 3, and 1. Yay. Okay. All right, AB. AB is, this is a 3 by 3, that's a 3 by 3. So the product is going to look like a 3 by 3. Let's slide this over. So my result is going to have row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3. So let me just fill this in real quick. Row 2, column 3, row 3, column 1, row 3, column 2, and row 3, column 3. Okay, so I've got 9 numbers to multiply together, and it looks like if I look at each row and column, there's sets of 3. So row 1, column 1, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've got 9 of these numbers to set up. So I'm going to pause this and fill in the rest of my chart here because I don't think you want to watch me set up a chart. Alright, so anyways, as you can see, I filled in a bunch of blanks. So now I'm going to go back in and collect all my numbers. So all of my row 1 numbers, in this case, are 2, 3, and negative 4. So let me go fill those in. 2, 3, and negative 4. And anywhere there's a row 1, I'm going to fill in those numbers. My row 2 numbers are 0, 1, and 2. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. And my row 3 numbers are 3, 0, 4. 0, 4, 3, 0, 4. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and get my columns. So my column numbers are 0, 0, 6. So anywhere there's a column 1, I'm going to write 0, 0, 6. So 0, 0, 6, 0, 0, 6. Where's the other column 1? 0, 0, 6. Okay. And then column 2 is 2, negative 2, 3. 2, negative 2, 3. 2, negative 2, 3. 2, negative 2, 3. Yay. Oops. Look at that. I would have made a mistake there. And then lastly, the column 3 numbers are 8, 0, 1. So 8, 0, 1. 8, 0, 1, 8, 0, 1. Okay, so now, when I got that all figured out, I just want to go in and do the operations. So figure out what my 9 numbers are. And again, I don't think you necessarily want to watch that, although I see a bunch of zeros in here, so maybe let's go pretty fast. Let's see, 2 times 0, so 0, 0, negative 24. What is that? 4 minus 6. 4 minus 6 minus 12. So negative 14. 16 minus 4, so that's 12. I got my zeros again, yay. I got 12. Negative 2 plus 6, so that's 4. Zeros again, so just 2. More zeros, yay. 24. 6 plus 12 is 18. And let's see, that would be 24 plus 4 is 28. Okay. All right, so put that all together. Negative 24, negative 14, 12, another 12, 12, and 4. Uh-oh, am I off my numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So negative 24, negative 14, 12, A12, A, oh, you're right. I'm right. I'm off. 12, 4, 2, 24, 18, and 28 would be our result. Yay. Alright, and last but not least, use the following inverse to solve the following matrix. So let me real quick write our sort of matrix equation out of this. So our matrix equation would be our coefficient matrix times our variable matrix, and that's going to equal our solution matrix. And what I'm solving for is x and y. So I want to take my inverse, because if you think about it, I'm taking the inverse of, if this is my a, here's my a inverse, and I'm going to multiply that, so I got to multiply a inverse times the solution to get those to match. So 1, negative 1, 3, negative 1, 4. Now, the biggest, I guess the biggest concern I see with this is sort of mismatching these things. So let's just double check our dimensions. Here I have a 2 by 2, and here I have a 2 by 1. So the inner numbers match, so we're good. We're going to come up with a 2 by 1 matrix. So row 1 times column 1, so 1 times 3 plus negative 11 third times 4, and then negative 1 times 3 plus 4 times 4. Alright, so that would be 3 minus 11, 44 thirds, and this would be negative 3 plus 16. Let's see. Let's rewrite that 3 as 9 over 3. Alright, so that'd be negative 35 thirds, and this is 13. Okay, so there's our solution. X is negative 35 thirds, y is 13. Yay, we're done.